Hi everyone, my name is Rose and this is going to be my update for Project 10 uses. So I'll just get into the products. First is my ColourPop Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I've used it 5 times so far and I think I'm starting to not hate it as much. I mean, I still think after I reach 10 uses I'm going to declutter it, but the last 2 times I've used it, because I used it today and I used it another time. I used it with my fingers, which was kind of hard to use with my fingers because I had to like spread it and then like pat it with my fingers, because like otherwise it looks streaky, and like if I don't pat it just looks kind of streaky and weird, and I need to like pat it in kind of with my fingers, and it kind of like doing this to your face is kind of weird, but yes, but it's okay. I have like this giving me a little bit more coverage on top too. I still like these two. It makes me like them better, but it's still not a favorite. I'm still probably not declutter it, but I'm liking it a little bit better. So yeah. And then next, we have something that reached 10 uses. This little guy, my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Today I used it here. I tried to use it with a brush, but these are so hard to use with a brush. Like if you use these with like a brush, like what kind of brush do you use? Because today I used, this is technically a concealer brush. It's like a little flat thing. But like it's hard to pick up the product on the brush. Like it kind of just doesn't even go on the brush. Every time I try to use a brush, I have a hard time getting it on the brush. And then once it's like on the brush, I can like kind of, but do you just like poke it? Because I was trying to like drag it across the top a little bit, but yeah. I actually like, I put this in, I was like, I don't know how often I will use it. I will be like, I don't know. But I have really grown to love this, and today I'm wearing it with like colors that I would normally wear like a bluey silver with, but I paired it with like orange on the bottom. It's only like right there, and it looks so bright on the inner corners. Like that's probably how mostly I use it, like in the inner corners, but it's like so bright and stuff. I mean, I still probably will pair more with like blues and like purples. Maybe not so much greens, but I like this a lot more than I thought it would when I first put this in. So I'm glad I put it in and it reached 10 uses and I can roll it out. So next is the palette, which this is the palette that's in here right now. This is the Turkish Delight palette from I Heart Revolution. And this palette, like, I was really falling in love with it before, but like these last couple looks, like I've been playing around with gummy, which I didn't think I would like at all. Like gummy is what's on my lower lash line with the blue, and I love it. This palette, no matter what colors you pair from it, just go together. Like these colors just go together so beautifully, and it doesn't matter. You could like pair like the pink with the golds, or like do the greens with like the pinks, or like you could pick anything from here and get like a beautiful look, and you're just like, wow, I am stunned. Like today I used 2 shades from my eyeshadow focus, and then I used like 3 shades from here, I think. I used gummy on the lower lash line. That's the only thing I have on my lower lash line. And then I used what shades did I use? I used Bizarre, that's what the gold is on my lid, and I used Delicacy a little bit on the upper inner corner and right there. And then I used a little bit of mint on top of the other shadows I used right here. But this palette, every time I use it, I'm just like kind of blown away by my look, and I'm like, wow. I love my makeup, and like this palette I should have bought like when it first released like 2 years ago when I was thinking about it, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna use it all that much. But I love this palette. I'm so happy to have it, and yeah. I'm kind of sad to be putting it away because I'm like, this just makes me love my makeup so much right now. And it's just like, wow. Like, every time I do my makeup, I'm like, wow. It's like crazy. But yeah, it's this palette. This palette is just great. This reached 10 uses, so I'm rolling that out. But it's great. And the next is my bareminerals So Fine mini. I'm wearing it today very lightly as I put the tiniest amount on because I wouldn't pick this to go with this eye look. I would pick more like maybe like this goldeny nude or something. Something more like that. Something more like warm with this eye look. But I think this will be good for this February because it's like almost Valentine's Day and it's like I've used it 5 times so far, so I'm hoping to get the last 5 uses hopefully in the next month. I've been wearing like makeup a lot lately, so it's like I could probably get 5 uses, but yeah. There's that. Next is my eye pencil, which is Marc Jacobs Overt, which I am wearing today. I'm wearing it in my waterline and then a little bit on the outer edge. And I've only have 4 uses on this, but I'm rolling out this project. It is drying up or something. Like, it goes on my hand okay a little bit, but it's crumbly. When I try to put it on my like lash line up, it's crumbly, and when I try to put on my waterline, I need to go over it. Like, I go back and forth like 5 or more times to try to get something there, and even it's still just a wash. Like, I think it's drying out, which I'm like, no, neither of my other 2 Marc Jacobs is drying out, and I bought the red one first, and I think I bought this and the gray one at the same time, but this is drying out. But the other 2, which I used just this past month, just to be like, when I figured out this was drying out, I was like, maybe my other 2 are, but those work perfectly fine, so I don't know. But yeah, there is a swatch, even though it doesn't really look dried out on my hand. My hand looks awful. My hand kind of looks sandpapery right now. I'm like putting lotion on 5 times a day, okay? At least on my hands, but yeah. So this, I'm just tossing. I'm throwing out this project. I'm just to toss out. It's not really working on my eyes, so it's like, even though I could swatch it fine, it just doesn't work on my eyes, and I'm just, it's not worth the hassle, so I'm just, throw it out. And then one more thing, the Swamp Princess highlight. I rolled this in last month. I was like, I don't know if a green highlighter is like great for me right now and stuff, because I've been getting rid of a lot of my colored highlights. But I fallen in love with this, especially with that palette. It goes so well with that palette. But I'm wearing it today on my cheeks. I've been wearing it on my inner corners a lot, and I love it on my inner corners. I should have worn it on my inner corners today, but I didn't. But I'm wearing it on my cheeks, and I don't think it, you can still tell it's like green, but it's not like super duper green. It's not like super duper green. It's like green, but it's like, I also have a little on my nose, but it's like not super duper green, and it's like beautiful. It like looks so, it like, I feel like this is more easy for me to look better on my face than like some golds, because some golds just clash with my skin tone so much that it's like hard. But this, I'm like, it goes so well. So maybe I'm olive skin tone. I've always thought I was cool skin tone, but maybe I'm olive, and that will mean like this goes well. I mean, I do have some Italian heritage, so Italians are naturally olive, but yeah, I've been really loving this, and like I wore it today, but before that, like the 5 times were all like in a row, and then I was like, okay, I need to put this away. I need to try to use some other things, otherwise I probably would have got 10 uses on this, but I was like using it all the time at first. I was like, okay, I need to use some other things. So yeah, but it's gorgeous and I love it. So next, those are all the products in the project, and then I need to roll in three more things because I rolled out 3, right? Yeah, the Super Shock, the palette, and the eye pencil. That's what I rolled out. So the Super Shock I'm picking is the I See the Light one, because I was like, this will be good for some Valentine's Day looks, even though it's only like a week till Valentine's Day or whatever. And this is more on the sheerer side, this one. I was like, I could probably top it with over some things and like stuff like that, but yeah, I think it will just be good to like pair with other things, and yeah, probably go really well with the palette that I'm bringing in now that the other palette rolled out. But yeah, and then next for the eye pencil, I'm rolling in my red Marc Jacobs, because I'm like, that'd be good for Valentine's Day, and I'm rolling in a pinky palette, so it's like, this is Marc Jacobs, what was Fine Wine, it's like fine, and then the wine is in like parentheses. I don't get what the whole thing is, how having part of it be in parentheses and part of it not. I don't, but it's red, it's like a blood red, and I love this. This was my like first Marc Jacobs purchase, was this, and like I love this color so much. It like pops so much in the waterline. Like you could just do a black wing liner and pop this in the waterline, and it's like so statement and bold and beautiful, and I love it so much. So yeah, to roll this in, and then for the palette, I'm gonna roll in this I Heart Revolution Marble Rose Gold palette, which has a bunch of pinky tones. It has like a reddy tone right there. This one is kind of orangey red. Like it's pinky, and I think it will be perfect for the upcoming Valentine's Day. And like I can just, maybe I'll do like a palette bingo with this for Valentine's Day and do like a little Valentine's Day look with this. I don't know. That sounds like a fun video idea, but yeah. So this is a palette. It smells really good. I looked up on the website. It's supposed to smell like chocolate, but I think it smells more like marzipan or something. I mean, marzipan doesn't really have that much of a smell. It smells kind of nutty, but it's not really a bunch. But yeah, I've only really used, I swatched it a couple times, but I've used Pearl a couple times too. But yeah, I haven't really used this yet. I'm really excited to get some use out of this and get some 10 uses out of this and play around with this and see how I like it. So, and then that's everything. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time, hopefully.